The Dangers in My Heart Season 2 is coming out right now on High Dive. Episode 1 just came out on Saturday. I heard a lot of people say they tuned out of the show after the first episode because it kind of seems like a thriller, stalker type deal. I think it's going to be the best rom com of this season, which is winter of 2024 for anime. After this first episode, what you find out is that the main character, who you can see on the screen here, Iyutaro Ichikawa, I'm sure my pronunciation is great as usual, is really just kind of like a middle school cringy edgelord. And this is something that he slowly realizes over the show. He's just kind of a loner. He likes his murder books and he just wants to be like edgy and cool. And like he's cool being by himself and he'll kill people and he's crazy, whatever. But after the first episode, that really goes away and he's just a awkward middle school boy. And the girl that he fantasizes about killing in the very first part of the first episode is Yamada Anna. And she's kind of a goofball too. But as the course of the show goes on, they slowly get closer. And it's a typical rom-com thing where she's really attractive and super popular and outgoing, and he's on his own. And they kind of talk, but only when it's those two. And over the course of the season and the series, they get closer and he starts to make friends and become a little bit more extroverted and have fun at school and all that kind of stuff. But it's a really funny show. I don't want to ruin any of the comedy and spoil it. You should definitely watch it yourself if you haven't watched the first season yet. Because season 2, like I said, will be the best rom-com of the season, I think. Obviously, I haven't seen them all. But this is one of the few shows that I think it's like middle school boy humor correct, where they're just very perverted. They're making really obscene jokes that if you were to make them as an adult, people would be like, what the hell is wrong with you? But they're kids and they're awkward and they're figuring stuff out and making masturbation jokes and all the shit that 13-year-old boys do. This is a series also where there's a tendency with rom-coms to drag out forever. And this one I feel like progresses pretty fast. They grow closer pretty quickly and have a good relationship. And it does the typical things where you can tell they both like each other, but they're awkward because they're teenagers. And it's all just really amusing. It's a shame that first episode is so misleading because it's actually a super wholesome series. And I really like both of the main characters and their friends and stuff. And Yamada's friends end up being good wing women and helping kind of push things along even though the main two characters don't realize it and all that kind of stupid, goofy middle school shit. One of the things that I think is really funny that's like an ongoing joke is Kiyotaro, who's the main guy on the left, has like this alter ego which is just his lust. And it's like this grown-up cool guy like stereotype. And it's always just telling him to be more aggressive and encouraging him that she wants it too and all this shit. It's so ridiculous. And you can see this image is from the end of the very first episode. So obviously it's not one of those like Rent a Girlfriend where you're on chapter 320 and nothing's happened. This one, things move along quickly and their relationship is constantly growing and developing and it's really nice. And they both do things where they stick up for each other in kind of awkward situations and it's all just very sweet and very funny. And as an aside, the guy who voices Bakugo is one of my favorite voice actors and he's one of the little pervert boys in the class. And one of Kiyotaru's only like quote unquote friends. I'm not going to go too long on this. I just want to kind of give this show a shout out because, well, first of all, it's on High Dive. And I feel like stuff that's on High Dive just never gets as much attention. But also it's a series that I really like. And I think season 2 is going to be really good. And I think people who dropped it after the first episode, I would say by episode probably 2, you'll be pretty sucked in. And if by 3 you're not, then maybe it's just not for you. Obviously that's how it goes sometimes. I don't want to say too much else about it because I'm just kind of being vague and it's hard to really say a lot without getting into spoilery stuff and really specific jokes and stuff that you should just see for yourself. So if you've seen the show, let me know what you think. If you haven't seen it and you end up watching it because of this, also let me know if it was a good recommendation or if I wasted your time. And I guess you can call me an asshole. But yeah, like and subscribe and all that shit. See ya. Thanks.